It's episode 113 of Unstuck, and today I'm taking you behind the scenes of my recent live workshop, How to Actually Make Money in Your Wellness Business. So stay tuned. I'm Shawn Mynar, and this is Unstuck, a space for heart-centered entrepreneurs to implement both the inner work and outer strategies required to get unstuck and build the impactful, profitable business of their dreams. No hustle, grind, or long hours required. Let's get into today's session. Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Unstuck. Thank you all so much for being here. Today, we're going to do things a little differently because, as some of you may know, and some of you may have been there, this week I hosted a free live workshop all about how to actually make money in your wellness business. So this was really for any wellness practitioner or service-based practitioner, actually, not just in the wellness space, but really wanted to dive in how to actually build the income that you want, the business you want, make the impact that you want to make. And I did it all in a free live workshop. I wanted to share that recording with you all here too, in case you couldn't be there, in case you didn't get to check out the replay, or you just want to hear it again. I wanted to make sure that was available for you all here too. So I decided to make an episode out of it. You will hear the recording of this workshop. Yes, there were slides. And once again, no, you will not see the slides, but still you will get a lot of value out of the recording and what I have to share with you through my words. So without further ado, let's go ahead and listen to the recording of the workshop. Please know that it's probably not the same level of sound quality you're used to, and probably not the same level of editing you might be used to, but it's just me chatting. So I hope you enjoy. All righty, we are recording. We are ready. We are going to start super soon because so much to talk about, so much to do, so much I want to share with you guys. I want to hear from you though, first, just so I know who's here and a little bit more about you. So first, tell me, those of you that are here, tell me where you are right now in the world, and tell me what either you do in your business, what you want to do in your business, your title, your role, something like that. But as it relates to your business, whether you have one or not, just if you don't have one yet, picture yourself in that role, in that position, and what you do. Okay, so we have Ontario, Canada. That's amazing. Tell me a little bit more about your business, Corrine. Southampton, UK, part-time reflexologist and Reiki healer. That's amazing. I love Reiki so much. That's awesome. Anyone else? Where are you calling from? Yes, I guess some of you might be calling. Where are you tuning in from? And what is the role that you play? What is your business title? What do you do? What kind of practitioner are you? Give me some scoop. We have life coaching and just starting up. Yes, that's amazing. Madison, Wisconsin. Recently began journey as nutrition, wellness, all-inclusive wellness studio, well-being coach. Ontario, Canada, holistic nutritional practitioner. Wait, wasn't there someone else from Ontario? We have several Canadians here. Wisconsin, health and fitness coach. Hola from Argentina. That's amazing. So happy to have you here in Nashville, Tennessee, Tampa, Florida. Another Canadian, Saskatchewan. That's amazing. Mindset coach. You guys are the best already. I can tell. I can see it. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started because, as I mentioned, we have so much to cover, so much to do, and I want to make sure we get to it all. And if you know me, you know I have a tendency to go on tangents, little rants here and there. I get really involved in what I'm sharing, and then it just happens, and it just is like, I gotta spew. So just in case that happens, I apologize in advance, but I promise the only reason that happens is because it is something that you really, really, really need to hear. And I want to be the person to share it with you. So just in case, you have been warned. But let's get into it. So we are all here today to learn how to actually make money in your wellness business. And the reason why I decided on this topic, why I have taught this topic for a year now, is because of my own experience struggling to make an income when I first started in my own wellness business, and also the general consensus of what I see in the wellness industry, which is that we're not getting paid enough money to do what we do, because what we do is invaluable. And if you haven't already started your business, you will soon know that when you take clients, their response to you is like, you changed my life. You saved my life. And that is very valuable stuff. Am I right? So knowing that and wanting to have the wellness industry take on a different tone as far as our finances, I think is really important. And the fact that we also, because we are into wellness, don't want to cause more stress, more harm on our physical, mental, emotional bodies in the process of pursuing a successful business. And you don't have to. And I've done it. I've seen other people do it. I've seen other people go the opposite direction. I did myself too. And so that's why we're here doing what we're doing and talking about what we're talking about, because it is such an important topic on so many different levels. And so first things first, let's just do away, and we'll talk about this more in a second, but let's just release a little bit of any like fear or any weirdness that you feel when we talk about money, when we talk about the idea of making money, when we talk about the idea of making a lot of money. That is okay. You are allowed to make money. You are allowed to make as much money as you desire. And you are a good person. You are a heart-centered person. That abundance that you bring into your life will only impact others in a positive way. It will help your business thrive and you be able to impact more people. And so we just need to, I think, we have so much baggage almost, or like this heaviness when it comes to talking about money. And let's just stop that for this hour and let's talk about it. Let's really have a conversation about our desire to make an income and make an impact in the process too. All right. So you are in the right place if you're excited to make an impact in this wellness industry that is so desperately needed, but you don't know how to do it. You don't know where to start, and you definitely don't know how to make money doing that. If you have an established wellness business already, but you're struggling to make the income that you want to make, you want financial freedom, but it's not happening where you're currently sitting and with what you're currently doing. If you're spending all your time trying to figure out the back end of like, how do I make this business happen? What do I need to do to get people in my door? Instead of actually helping those people, then we need to talk. And then lastly, if you followed your calling, you've got your certification, or you're currently getting your certification and you're not using it, you're not sure how to use it when you're done, you're just not sure what the next step is, we got you covered here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the action steps that you need to take to start making the income and impact that you desire today. I will give you things that you can do in your business right now, ASAP, to start making a difference in both your bank account, but in also the lives that you touch. Creating the right environment to effortlessly attract your dream client, diversifying your income streams so you're never locked into a fixed income again, because that's one of the most beautiful things. There's so many beautiful things about having your own business, and especially one that is virtual, that is kind of an online based business. You completely uncap your income potential. You have unlimited ways to reach more people, to have more paid offers, to do different things in your business. So with multiple income streams and passive income possibilities, the amount of money that you make becomes uncapped, which is really nice. And then lastly, we're going to look at my business mentorship program that just opened its doors today for new members. It's called Unstuck Entrepreneur. No pressure, no salesy, sleazy, weird, anything. Just letting you know what it is. If it's a good fit for you, that's cool. We should definitely work together. If not, no big deal. All right. I am Shawn. For those of you who don't know me, I am a functional nutritional therapy practitioner by trade. I am also a certified success coach, a podcaster, blogger, and online business boss. I have 8.5 years with my own thriving holistic health business. I'm passionate, and have been from even before I had my own business, passionate about helping other people, women specifically, live their dreams, reach their potential, and actually do what they want to do with this time that they have here on this planet. So I'm really, really passionate about that. And also, I'm passionate about dark chocolate because how could you not be? Dark chocolate, oat milk lattes, and puppy snuggles are my loves at the moment. Tell me something that you are loving right now. What is just lighting up your life at this moment? I want to hear more about you because I don't want to just talk at you. I want to know more about you. So tell me what you are loving right now while I get a sip of water. You don't want to have me talk after this much caffeine. I can tell you that you will not understand a word I say. Coconut milk matcha lattes. Heck yeah. Fall weather. Oh, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting daily for that fall weather. It's still in the 90s here, a little warm. Kayaking, absolutely. 2-year-old daughter, of course. Dogs, being out in nature, music, practicing yoga. Me too. Love all of those, you guys. Absolutely. Riding my motorcycle. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. That sounds very scary for me, but it also sounds very fun. Sunsets and sunrises, dark chocolate, all the way, beach days, yoga, kitty snuggles, and believe it or not, puzzles. Oh my gosh, I love puzzles too. I absolutely love puzzles, something I got into again during shutdown, during lockdown. So, all right, now tell me, I want to know business wise so that I know how to direct this course of our conversation. Business wise, where are you at? Have you started your business? Have you not started your business? Are you still working on getting some certifications? What stage of business are you in? Okay. That's what I want to know. It will help me know how we talk today, what we talk. I mean, we're going to talk about the same things regardless, but in what direction we go. So where in your business are you? Just starting? Haven't started? Growing? Getting a certification pre-launch and exploring other certifications, trading for 3 years part-time and want to take the leap of faith, be full-time. Yes. Have my certification, but don't know what to do next. Absolutely. You are in. That is why we're here, Andrea. That is why we're here. Business has started with 4 clients. Oh, that's amazing. Congratulations, Raylan. Danielle, business has started, still working on getting more certifications from Jasmine and trying to get a following on social media. Started about 9 months ago, not seeing any growth and actually seeing slow down. Yes, that you are, trust me, that is something that a lot of people will say, Caitlin, no worries. I can help you with that. We will do all of that. Okay. So here's a picture of me the day I started my business, actually. It was January 1st, 2013. I was in my sister's kitchen because that was the only place that we could find with like a plain background that I could get my first professional photos taken. When I started my business, I had 0 entrepreneurial experience. I think I took 1 elective class in college, which was years ago. And that was it, just to get my credits. And I had no idea what I was doing. Absolutely no clue what I was doing. What I did have was this passion to help others with their health that I couldn't do in my corporate job. I wasn't making the impact that I knew I wanted to make. I knew I wanted to go deeper with people and be able to help people in a different way and do so at my discretion. And I also had this intense desire to never work for someone else again. And I think that that is something that all entrepreneurs have in common is they want to be their own boss. They don't want to be under someone else who's trying to tell them what to do when they know what to do. And they have their own ideas and their own ways to make it happen. And that's exactly where I was at the beginning. So for a while, I struggled. About 3 years, actually, I struggled. I learned a lot along the way. I learned a lot by trial and error, by me doing things wrong, things not working out for me and having to pivot and try to figure out what else to do or how to make this happen. In the process, I also, of course, made tons of mistakes, but I don't ever view mistakes as being mistakes. I think they are learning experiences. I think they are part of the process and necessary to grow in the way that you want to grow and learn what you need to do along the way. But what happened is in 2016, I had this transformation in my business. It was like just the craziest experience for me. And I'll share a little bit more about what happened in a few slides. But since that moment, since 2016, this is where I'm at now. I've had helped thousands of people with their health and now with their business. in order to help more people with their health through online group programs. I have over 5 million podcast downloads. I've been a podcaster for 6 years. I work part-time hours and I make my own hours. So I get to decide when I work and when I don't. I have financial freedom, and I have been traveling around the world to speak at health conferences and really just working from anywhere, because when you have an online virtual business, you can work from anywhere and you can still make everything happen regardless of where in the world you are or when and how often you work, which is really cool. So those are the 3 podcasts I have had at the top, and then just a list of all of the programs and projects I've had in the past, since 2016. So about 5 years. What happened in between that time from 2013, struggle, then came 2016. And as you can see, this is my real PayPal tax document. Okay. You can see from January, if we're looking here, from January till July, essentially, I was making $1,000 to $2,000 a month in my business through my PayPal. There were some other streams of revenue coming in, but this was it. This was the primary source. And then in July, I had this light bulb moment. These 2 situations happened for me that were out of character for me, but I went with it. The first one was that I quit my side hustle, my kind of, I guess really at this time, my nutrition business. What I really wanted was to have this full-time, full practice nutrition business. And at the time it was squeaking by, barely making anything. But I had my part-time personal training business where I went to people's houses and trained them. And that had been my business in the past. That was still keeping me afloat. I was massively in debt and I wasn't making enough money, but I was at least making some money to keep me afloat. And that was with the personal training business. I quit that business. I quit it. I quit my safety net is what I did. I released the resistance. I got rid of this distraction, which was this business that I didn't want, but I was using it as a safety net. And I asked for help because I hired a business coach that I could not afford. I did not have any money. I was $20,000 in debt, and I hired a coach. I spent money on myself and on my business. And what that was an investment in my future. It was an investment in my growth. And it is just the most amazing thing happens when you do that. When you take that leap, in both cases, when you release the safety net and when you ask for help and you get the help that you need from someone who has been there, it's just like an energetic shift regardless. It's just the most amazing thing. So that happened. Those 2 things happened in July. As you can see, massive growth from July to August, over double my income. And then again, September and October also look amazing. And what I started doing in August and was doing throughout and have been since August 2016 is focusing on my mindset, my energy, my money blocks, my stories, my limiting beliefs, all these things that were essentially keeping me from finding success in my business up until then, because I had those money blocks, because I had these stories that I was telling myself about my success, my ability, my deservedness, all of these things that I had. And I started working intensely on my mindset. And if you know my story, then you know that I started actually working on my mindset to help with my health issues that I was having at the time. I was very, very sick also. So 2016 was not a great year up until this time. But I started working on my mindset to help heal my body. And it worked so well, started to really show in my body. And so then I applied it to my money situation. I applied it to my business. I applied it to my relationship status, and it all came together. So you will see in this that, November and December took a dip back down. And so you're like, well, she's just all full of it. Like she just had a few good months and she got lucky. But what I was doing in that time was intentionally taking less work, fewer clients, because I had this intuitive nudge. That's all I can call it, because I had no idea what I was doing or how I would make it happen or anything like that. I took this idea that I had to create another revenue stream, to create an online program, a signature program. And so I spent November and December doing that. And then I basically over here in January, when I launched it, I made $6,000 in what was 2 days. So I went from making, not even, if we talk about a year before that, then not even $2,000 a month to $6,000 in one day. And then that intuitive nudge, which is all it was, because I did not know what I was doing. Remember, I had never done this before. That intuitive nudge then turned into $40,000 days, which turned into more and more. So what I want to show you with this is that pivot, the things that happen in my life internally, in my inner world. I started working on myself. I spent a lot of time working on myself. I asked for help. I got out of my own way, and I was able to receive that guidance of how should I take this business? What should I do? And then here we are having another revenue stream that got me out of that space, out of that place where I was struggling, and into this place of financial freedom and time freedom, because this was all happening behind the scenes. This was an additional revenue stream. Yes, I had coaching calls with them several times, like twice a month, I think. But that was it. This was going on behind the scenes in addition to what I was already doing with clients. Now, what I want you to know from this is that I am not special. I am not lucky. I was not business savvy at all at the time. I spent most of the time having no idea what I was doing, being super scared as I was doing it, but doing it anyway, because I knew I had something bigger at play for myself. And I knew that there was more to my story. And I knew I had to get out of my own way. And I had to figure out how to make this business work, because it was a dream of mine to have this business succeed in the way that it could be. So this can be you, and it should be you, and it will be you, as long as you make this your moment. Time is stopping right here, right now for just a second, so you can decide for yourself that this is your moment where you are going to take a dream that you have to impact others' lives, to make a difference in this world, to have the financial and time freedom that you desire, to be able to hang out with your family whenever you want while your business is still going on in the background. Whatever you want your business to look like, right here, right now is your time where you decide to say yes to it. So who is ready to say yes this moment, say yes to their dream business? Let me know in the chat. If you are a yes, no more turning away from this passion you have, this purpose that you have, the dream life that you want, you can and will have it. It is yours to be had. You just have to do it. You just have to do it. And now we're doing it. We are here together. I'm so glad you guys are here, saying yes to yourself and saying yes to your dream business. You guys are I just love you all so much already. Okay. The work you do is invaluable. This is what we need to know. And yet we are not getting paid to reflect that. I will tell you that this is a little old. It's probably about a year old. So hopefully it's raised a little bit, some of these numbers. And these are also American dollars for those of you in the UK and Canada and anywhere else in the world that you're tuning in. I think it was Argentina, right? These are American dollars. So keep this in mind. But just to give you perspective, this is not where we should be. This is also Colorado numbers, just to let you know too. But this is not what we should be making. Honestly, we should all be millionaires if you were to ask me, but at least let's get you to this place where you do have financial freedom, because you are changing people's lives. People out there need you. We all know how crazy the wellness world is, not our kind of wellness, but how the pharmaceutical companies and things like that. We have the opportunity to really make a difference in so many people's lives, and we need to be paid appropriately for that. And it's okay to be paid what you are worth. What I teach and why I teach it, we need to get into this quickly, because I may approach things differently than other business coaches that you have come across, perhaps in your quest of becoming an entrepreneur, because I focus on three things, not one. A lot of business coaches focus on the strategy. This is how you do this, which is great. And we need that. We need to know how to do things. But if you don't have the mindset of a successful entrepreneur, if you're looking for an external result without doing the inner work required to get there, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You have to tune your inner world with the same frequency of the outer world that you wish to create for yourself. And if I'm getting too woo, I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. And there's a very practical approach to this too, which is just reprogramming your subconscious mind, which stores your limiting beliefs and has for years and years and years, reprogramming your subconscious mind to be a match for who you are ready to show up as. You have to do that first and also while you build your business. And the second thing is energy, because how you show up in your business determines what you will attract to your business and how it will feel. You are the attraction point for your business. You are the attraction point for the clients that you have. And if they're the right fit for you, for the audience that you build, for the connections that you make and the communication that you have with those people. And it's super important to get that in alignment with what you desire from the start, and also as you continue to go. And then, of course, strategy, because sometimes the how isn't always clear, especially in business. I know a lot of you are here because you're like, how do I do this? What do I need to do? How do I do it? Show me the way and I will do it. And I will. And it's important. And I love talking about business strategy, but you got to do this other work first, because otherwise you will do everything. You'll do the tangible stuff and nothing will happen. You will still struggle. So we're going to talk about 6 ways to actually make money in your wellness business. I'm actually tacking on a quick bonus one at the end because I couldn't not talk about it. It's so important. And let's start with dissolving your money blocks. This is the mindset piece of stepping into your role as a successful entrepreneur, because you can do everything to try to make money in your business, to try to get ahead, to try to create the income that you want. And it will not happen if you are still blocking the flow of abundance. If you still have money blocks, you will never make the money that you want. So you have to confront your money stories. The number one thing keeping you from making more money is in your mind. So how do you know if you have money blocks? Well, are you making the money that you want? If not, money blocks probably. And are you human? Because if you're human, you probably have money blocks. It's just the way that it works these days. Okay. And just our money blocks are so often, they're so deeply embedded in our subconscious programming, because we had money blocks and money stories before we even had our own money. This was created by our environment, our parents, our grandparents, our friends' parents, anywhere we were as we were developing our subconscious mind, which happens mostly before the age of 7. That's where you got your money stories and your money beliefs. So do you ever say things like, I'm not blank enough to have money to make $1 million, to have $1 million business, to be wealthy? Like, I'm not smart enough. I'm not cool enough. I'm not educated enough. I'm not experienced enough. Any enoughness. If you have an enoughness case and it's about money, then you have a money block. I just want to help people. I don't care about money. Remember, we're releasing that today. I'll be happy. I'll feel more secure, take more risks once I make more money. So we're putting our actions based on the amount of money that we have, which is opposite of how we need to be going about life, and especially about business, and especially with business investments. Life will become easier when I make more money. Success is measured by the amount of money I make. I have to work hard to make money. My financial gain is someone else's loss. Wanting to make lots of money is selfish and greedy. I'll turn into a bad person if I have a bunch of money. I'm not materialistic. I don't need extra cash. Okay. If any of those sound like you, and this is just a snippet of the possible beliefs, stories, blocks that you could have around money, we have some work to do there. This work does not happen in a day. It does not happen in a month. It is ongoing. It is a practice, and it needs to become a practice for you. So I'm going to give you a few little things that you can start doing today. And then, you will start to see how it's so much about building awareness. And that's what we do in Unstuck Entrepreneur. Once you build awareness of what is going on up here and how it's showing up in your life, then you have a lot of power, because then you can choose differently. You are waking up to what is really going on inside of you, and then how it's being portrayed externally. So the first thing is to acknowledge your current money story and see it in action. So this is where it is like we just went over some of those stories. This is where you start getting a little more curious about like, what kind of things do I say about money? When I make money, how do I feel? When I don't make money, how do I feel? When I try to charge someone, how do I feel? When I think about my pricing and having to sell, how do I feel? What comes up? What comes up in here? We get curious about our current money story and then see it in action, see how it's really playing out. So do you charge less? Do you not talk about your prices? Are you afraid to go to the next step of really marketing yourself? Do you not invest in yourself or your business or your future? Or when you do you feel queasy about it or weird about it? We have to get curious. And then the second step is to make this shift to understand what money actually is. And I like to think about money. Money is just a form of energy, just like everything else. The chair I'm sitting on, the computer I'm looking at, everything is energy. Everything is energy, including money. And it's just like any other form of energy. And when we consider it in that way, and we consider that buying and selling is an exchange of energy. So in every situation, you give one form of energy and you get back another form of energy. And when you do that, that keeps you in the flow of abundance. It keeps that energy moving in your life. We need it to move in our lives. So we can think about it in terms of like electricity. And this is where are you plugged in comes into play. So electricity, it's always there. It's behind the walls. We can't see it, but we know it's there. We know if we plug a light bulb in, turn on the lamp, it's going to come on. If you unplug it, turn it on, it's not going to light up. It's not going to come on. And that is how we can think of a lack mindset versus an abundance mindset. An abundance mindset, you're plugged in, which means you are plugged into that electricity. That source is flowing through, just like a lamp would be. And if you are in a lack mindset, you're unplugged. We can try to flip that switch all day long and nothing's going to happen. That energy is not moving through. So where are you at? And just know that if you have money blocks, they're seated in this place of lack. Okay, so getting rid of and seeing those money blocks for what they really are and releasing them will get you into this place of abundance naturally. And then next is to determine your new money story and practice it. What do you want your financial situation to look like? How much money do you want to make per day, per week, per month, per year? How would that money that you make, what would you use it for? What would your life look like? What would change? This is where we get into like a visualization practice, which is super, super powerful to reprogram your subconscious mind, because your subconscious does not know the difference between real and imagined. So you imagining your new financial situation, your mind doesn't know it's not actually happening, and it will naturally start shifting and your actions will start shifting. So you're practicing it. You're practicing that new money story, which is you investing in yourself, you talking about your pricing, you being proud of your pricing and confident in what you're offering, and selling in a non-sleazy way. So that's money blocks. Important, right? Very, very important. Andrea says, oh my God, I have almost all of these. That's normal. That is totally normal. You are in the majority of people. So we all have them. It's just becoming aware of them and then creating this practice that is ongoing forever. Number 2, get to know you. Get to know you. The biggest mistake that you can make as an entrepreneur is to only work on your business and not work on you. If anything, do this work. If anything, do this work and the rest will follow. It will line up. So what do you want? What do you want? What is your definition of success? So what would success look like to you? What is your purpose? What are your values? What does your dream business look like? What do you do in a day? Well, how many clients do you have? What kind of clients are they? How do you spend your time? How many hours do you work? Get super specific with it. What does it feel like to be in this amazing business of yours? How do you feel every day when you walk into your office or whatever you're doing, wherever your office is or however you do your work? And why don't you already have it? This is where we can get into some even more limiting beliefs. Why don't you already have it? I have this picture of a journal because I want you to journal on these questions. I want you to journal on it and just see what comes up. This is also something that we do together in Unstuck Entrepreneur, even more focused and even more specific than this. It's so important. So we will do this together in UE as well. But you have to know what you want. Otherwise, you're going to create a business that doesn't really work for you, doesn't excite you, you aren't lit up by it, and it just fizzles. If you want to have lasting success, you have to know what you want and go towards that. Without knowing this, it's like making guac without seeing if you first have lime and cilantro and jalapeno in the fridge and avocados. Like, I'm just going to make up some recipe without all of the ingredients. And we all know how annoying that is when you start making something and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I don't have this, like, very critical ingredient. You need direction in your business. And that is what working on you first and also does for your business. Number 3, speak directly to your dream client. Because when you try to help everyone, you end up helping no one. We have to get super specific with who we want to help. So this is a defined pillar of the Flow and Grow framework. It's called defining your dream client, which is not the same thing as your niche. It's similar. If you've heard other business coaches, some will call it like an ideal customer, an ideal client. Some will call it a niche or a niche. I call it a dream client because the difference is niche, ideal, whatever you want to call it. Those things are great. They're specific in who you're helping, but they don't take into account who you want to help. Like, you need to be very invested in who you want to help, because you're going to be spending your days talking about this specific thing to this specific person. And you want to make sure it's something that you want to talk about. So it doesn't have to be like what you've been through. So then obviously you need to help other people, even though you kind of don't like it. Like, I started teaching autoimmune. I have autoimmune disease. I didn't like rehashing it all the time. I wanted to step out of that. I didn't want to make that my identity as someone who has autoimmune. I wanted to find something else. So you have to think about what you want. Okay. And I will tell you that most people think they have their niche, they have their dream client already figured out. Never once have I seen that it was already specific enough. By the time they get into UE, we have more work to do. You have to get more specific. You have to get more specific than you think you are right now, because we need that person. And it can be so specific that you're like, I don't really think there's that many people that are in this dream client, that are in this niche. And you just have to know that when you're speaking to one person, you're actually speaking to thousands, if not millions of people. And every single one of those people needs to say, wow, they really get me. They totally understand me. This person is for me. It's like they're in my head. I have to work with them. That's the goal here. Okay. So who is your dream client? What are their struggles and symptoms? I call this the point A. So where is their starting point? Where are they right now? What are they experiencing that they don't want? And then what are their goals and desires? What's their point B? Where do they want to be? How will their life look when it's there? So what are they relieved of? Okay. And then how can you get them from point A to point B? That is your transformation. That is what you will take them through, was their transformation that you will be taking them through. You will be guiding them through. So what's that transformation from point A to point B? How will they get there? What steps will you take them through? And then how will they feel? What will they experience after that transformation? So when they're there, what's life like? How will they feel? What are they no longer experiencing, or what are they experiencing that's positive? Again, something to journal and brainstorm on your own time. Also something we do together in UE very, very intensely, because we got to get super, super specific. Just remember that if your dream clients aren't sure with 100% certainty that you can help them, knowing that they want a specialist, not a generalist, not someone that just does a little bit of everything. Like, I'm a nutritionist who helps this person and this person and this person and this person. While you can help everyone, that's not what your dream clients, not really what anyone wants to hear. They want to know that you can help them. And if they don't, they will move on to find someone who is speaking directly to them. So this is how getting more clear, getting more specific will end up getting you more clients, will end up making you more money. Number 4, be generous. AF, providing high quality, valuable, free content is essential to making more money. So you need to start brainstorming what are some ways that you can provide epic, valuable, free content regularly to your dream client in exchange for their highly coveted email address. Yes, we need an email list. Yes, we need to be collecting emails on the regular. Yes, we need to do high quality, could almost be paid for, and really that dream client would pay for that free information. But instead, they'll just give you their email address, which we all are super protective of our emails these days. So we have to create something. It can't just be this like generic box of like, hey, put down your email and get my newsletter. It's not that these days. It's way more. We have to provide value. So once you have done that, then you commit to sending them something on a regular basis, commit to the relationship, to building a connection with these people so they get to the point where they feel comfortable spending their money working with you. So in our dream world, it would look like this. Your dream client stumbles upon your website or Instagram feed, reads about what you do, and immediately sends you an email demanding to throw thousands of dollars at you for your services. That's dream life, right? We're like thinking, oh yeah, that's exactly how this could work, right? This is how I'll start my business. The reality is this: your dream client finds you on Instagram after a hashtag search, reluctantly hits the follow button because they really don't want to follow any more people. They already have too many people, but they reluctantly do it. They spend months vaguely following the post that they happen to see. They finally see one with a free offer that kind of interests them, actually. So they reluctantly give you their email in exchange for that free content. They then skim your weekly email newsletter for a few more months. They listen to a few of your podcast episodes every once in a while. They watch a few of your videos every once in a while. But then they finally realize that you have a paid offer that solves their problem. They've spent enough time getting to know, like, and trust you that they feel comfortable making that decision, and they consider signing up. That's how it really is. That's what it really takes to get people to know, like, and trust us. So we have to give them that opportunity by providing content, providing value, showing up for them in new ways. So part of this being generous AF is creating an epic freebie for your dream client that will be worth exchanging their highly coveted email address to receive, authentically introducing yourself and providing other content for them to consume so they can get to know you better through a welcome sequence that will be automated. So you don't have to be sending emails every single time someone comes into your world like, oh gosh, now I have to write 3 emails today. No, it's something that you've done in advance and it is now automated, and they still feel like they're being taken care of as well. And you commit to continuing the connection. You reach out to them regularly via email. So this is what I call ghosting your list. You are not going to ghost your list. Once you have someone who has given you their email address, talk to them, create connection, create a relationship with them. That is how you will get them to the next stage where they feel comfortable signing up to work with you. So this is an example from a UE member, Maggie. So she started out, when she started Unstuck Entrepreneur, she was ghosting her list. I think she had, maybe 20, 30 people that she had gotten their email addresses, wasn't talking to them at all, had not emailed them in who knows how long, months and months and months. And after starting with UE, because we do all of this stuff together in Unstuck Entrepreneur, her email list grew by 648% because she started emailing them regularly. And she actually ended up creating 3 or 4 amazing freebies. And her social media following grew by 546% because she started showing up with value and regularly creating content that her dream client would be interested in. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool stuff. It can happen. It's not difficult. It's just committing to the process and knowing that this is the process. There is nothing better. There's no other way to connect with your audience in the way that you want to, besides providing this valuable free content and continuing to connect with them regularly. Number 5, creating multiple streams of income with an online business. There is no cap to your income potential. Talked about that earlier, which is so cool. So how can you diversify your income? And I know for you that have just started or haven't started your business or still kind of in this beginning process, this might feel overwhelming, but just know that does not have to be overwhelming. It doesn't have to be right away either. Like focus on getting that first income stream out, but then you will quickly see how you can tack on from there. Like even if you're doing one-on-one clients, but you also partner, say for instance, you're a nutritionist or health coach or someone that works with a supplement company as well, and you recommend supplements to your clients, well, then you have this alternate stream of income right there, just because as you are recommending supplements, you get this affiliate relationship going with that supplement company. So they give you a little kickback for recommending them at no extra cost to your clients. So just simple things that you can do to start getting different income streams into your business. This is what creates this massive amounts of potential. So in 2018, I actually had 19 streams of income, and I now cap it at 10. I will not have more than 10 because it was a lot come tax time to try to like get everything organized and together. But I had multiple courses and coaching programs going on all at the same time. Some were passive, which we'll talk about in a second, and some were active where I was actively involved. I had ebook sales, passive, talk about that. Supplement sales, pretty passive. Brand affiliations, podcast sponsorships, client referral program, and summit participation. So I had pretty much all of these that are on here, except for maybe paid workshops. But these are just a few ideas of what you can do. Like you can have one-on-one clients, but then also do paid workshops for a group and have them once a quarter or something like that, where it's a lower priced option for those that can't work with you individually one-on-one. You can partner with brands always. I think at this point, most brands have an affiliate relationship that you can start with them. So you can always be doing something like that and just recommending things that you love to the audience that you have or to your clients and making a little bit extra income that way. And you can also have a client referral system, which is something really easy to set up. But if you have people coming to you and they're not your dream client, they're not who you want to work with, but you know someone that does work with those people, set up a relationship with them so they work with the client and you get, a little bit of a kickback for sending that client to that person. There's lots of different ideas as soon as you open your mind to what's possible. Number 6, generate passive income. This is one of my favorite things to talk about because we have a new money belief around here, which is that you don't have to work to make money. So as you can see from the last slide, those multiple income streams, they're not all going to entail all this work from you all the time. There's not going to be constant work and attention from you. And that's the point. And that's the beauty of what we can do here with this kind of business that we're creating. So this is where we talk about passive income, which means kind of if you've ever heard someone say like making money while you sleep, which is possible. And that's actually was my first case with making passive income, which I'll show you in a sec. But it can also be like when you take a week off for vacation, when you're sleeping, when you're out with your family and you're just having family time, you're working out, whatever you're doing, you can still be making money. So it's not reliant on you being at your desk, being at your computer, being with your clients. And there's tons of different strategies to do this. I have a few here that I'll talk about. This is the start. This is so embarrassing. My business used to be called Wellbelly at the beginning. And I made this 28-day real food program. It was just an ebook, but it had a program in it with what people could follow for 28 days it wasn't like a diet, but it was like to get into more of a real food mindset. And I made this and it was $28. And I will never forget the morning I woke up and I actually had made money in my sleep. Someone purchased it while I was sleeping and I had more money in my bank account instead of less. And it was so cool. And this is when I got the bug to be like, whoa, this really is something that could happen in my business. And I kept this going for a few years. And at the time I didn't have like a business social media. I didn't have an Instagram or anything like that. I simply talked about it on my personal Facebook page with people from like high school and, like random people I had met over the years that I was now friends with on Facebook because that was cool at the time. And yeah, just by sharing about it on my personal Facebook page, I had people like my high school friends not friends, but like just acquaintances were buying it. And that's how it started. So you don't even have to have this massive audience to start making passive income. You just need an ebook. And then since then, I've really rolled with this kind of thing, and I really recommend that you do too. And this is just an example of now what is a passive income stream for me. And this was back a few years ago when I really worked on this, but this is all done through email. So they get a free guide. It's a freebie, a really awesome freebie. And I have this all set up. These are all emails you can see over here on the left. These are all different emails they get, and it goes through a sequence that is automatically sent to them, one day after, and then one day after that, set up automatically to give them more free resources as they go. And then this I Saved You a Seat one here is them being asked to attend a recorded workshop, a recorded webinar. They attend that, and then they get into a sequence of emails that become more like sales emails to become part of a DIY program. So I'm making this revenue coming from this program that has all been created by me beforehand and is now just passively, they're going through the process. So it's so cool. There's so much potential there. I know some of you, again, if you're just starting out, this seems like something that is really far away. Trust me, it is not. You saw that Well Belly stuff. That was right away when I was just starting my nutrition business, very beginning. And it was how I got my confidence built up to keep going with it too. So it doesn't have to be that far out. You can start doing all of this stuff right away. And then the bonus one, real quickly, I just wanted to share with you this. I couldn't not put this in here because, again, it's something that you can do everything we just talked about. If you're not confident in yourself and your paid offer, no one else will be, and it still won't work. So please, you have so much to offer. You have just so much that is needed in this world and in people's health and wellness. You have that. And I want you to feel confident about your deservedness, about your abilities, your capabilities, and build up that confidence and let that be what guides you. Let that really show through as you're doing all of the above, because that is what I just realized there's a typo in that. Sorry for the double C. That really got past me. And just know that that's what will bring people to you regardless. You can have typos, as you can see, you can make mistakes, you can do all this stuff. But if you are confident, if you have the right energy going into your business, that is what will draw people in. So I know this can seem kind of overwhelming, what we just went through. And this is why I love creating frameworks. It really helps people wrap their head around what to do, when to do it, what the next step is, where they need to spend more time. And this framework in particular does that with your business. So this is the Flow and Grow framework. This is what guides us through Unstuck Entrepreneur. You can see this center one, define your dream client. We talked about that today. It's super important to know very, very, very specifically who you help and how you help them. That will guide everything. That's why it's in the center. And once you do that, you don't necessarily have to go back to it all the time. If your dream client stays the same, then you spend your energy on the outside, but that is still what your focus is. It's on that dream client. So then the next one is to attract your dream client, which we do by way of a tool, finding a way to get new people into our world, to know about our work and what we do. So creating a tool to do that. Social media is not a tool. It is a cherry on top of your ice cream that is the tool. So we'll talk about that more and create a tool for you to attract dream clients to you. Build rapport with your dream client. Yeah. So this is going back to the Be Generous AF. Build rapport, let your clients get to know you, let you create this connection and this communication with them so they get to a point where they're ready to hand over their credit card to work with you, where they feel so comfortable that you are the person that can help them. And it takes time. It's not immediate. So we have to spend a lot of time here in both of these places. Attract and build is where you'll spend most of your time as an entrepreneur. And then inviting your dream client to work with you. We have to have a way to market and sell and to have a paid offer, to know what that paid offer is, and then let people know about it and do so in a way that feels good to us, that we remain confident, that we don't feel salesy and sleazy and weird. And that is what we do in inviting your dream client to work with you, creating your message, getting that out there, feeling confident in what you have to offer and putting it out into the world. And then lastly, transforming your dream client. Well, that just happens naturally as they work with you, as they go through this amazing transformation. They become your best marketing. Your past clients will become your best marketing. And that's something that we can really use in our business to make things a heck of a lot easier for you once you have these transformations that have happened. So I'm not sure, again, why you're here today. There's a lot of different options. Maybe you're frustrated that you can't seem to wrap your head around the whole business side of things. Like, you know what you want, you know how you can help people, but the business stuff, it's like, why? I need a whole nother class for this. Why didn't anyone teach me this? It could be that you're frozen because of stress, because of overwhelm. You're doubting yourself and your abilities or what you want your business to look like. You're scared. And because of that, you're not living up to your potential. And if that's the case, we have some things to work on, my friend. And then maybe it's because you've seen these other wellness entrepreneurs that have these awesome businesses. And it's so cool to see. And you want to figure it out for yourself too. You know it's possible. You just got to figure it out. And then lastly, you might just be looking for support and guidance on your path to business badassery, which is awesome. So no matter what, I want you to know this right here, right now. It does not have to be hard. There is no magic. There is no special sauce that does not apply to you that you do not have. What you want is possible for you. What you want is available to you. You can make this amazing, amazing impact on this world and have a really fulfilling business in the process. And that's what we want. So you can have both time and financial freedom, 100%, absolutely. How great does that sound? We all want to have a little more flexibility in our lives, right? You can help thousands of people without drowning in overwhelm. I promise you, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. You can build an empire without a degree in entrepreneurship. You don't need to know every single thing in the book before you get started. Some of the stuff that you need to learn, you're not going to learn until you do it wrong. It's just the way it is. You can have a successful business that complements your life, not complicates it. Is it possible to do this on a very part-time basis? Yes, absolutely. You can have a business that you work part-time. You can also have it be more of like a side hustle and have this part-time thing, but you are still building it on the side. And it doesn't take forever, take hours and hours of your time. I will say it's going to take longer if it's your side hustle, of course. And I will also say that setting up a business that is time and financially free, it does take some work. I'm not going to say that it's not zero work. It does take some work. It does take some planning and preparing and a little bit of back end stuff, but you're doing all of that work to set you up for the long haul. Because once you do a little bit of this, it goes for years and years and years. And that's what we need to do. That's really where it comes into play. So what's one thing that you can do today to get closer to the business of your dreams? I want you to know if there's something that sticks out to you that you want to start doing right now that you know that you can do. I would tell you, if you're going to say something like, oh, I'm going to set up my email list or something like that, that's great. Do that. But also think of something that you can do inside. Do some inner work as well. It cannot just be setting up your email list because you will not stick with it. You will not create the connections that you want if you haven't done that inner work also. And in addition to while you're doing it. So I want you to decide we already did, that this is the time. You are here to start making your dream a reality. Investing in yourself is the best way to start making more money. I've done it every single time I invest in myself, whether it's a coach, whether it's a new software or something like that. And when my business gets my attention, that's when major, major shifts happen. You already saw it back in my experience when I had a business coach. I 3 times my revenue the next month after one session with my business coach. So this is your official invitation to become a lifetime member of my business mentorship program, Unstuck Entrepreneur. This invitation could very well be the thing that you do to commit to the business of your dreams, commit to yourself and your business. So let me tell you a little bit about it for those of you that are interested. Unstuck Entrepreneur is a business coaching experience unlike any other. How else could I describe it but emojis? Obviously, I'm going to use emojis. It's where we work on your heart, we work on your spirit, we work on the internal work, and then we work on the strategy. We use that internal work to start working on the actual strategy. And then all of that turns into the business of your dreams that makes impact and income. So it's where wellness practitioners become successful digital entrepreneurs. What's inside? So much, so much. It's not just one thing, it's all of these things. It's a small group mentorship. So first of all, you have me, someone who has been there, done that in almost all cases. I have been through that experience and I can coach you and guide you through. I can answer your questions. You will save hours of time. You will save money. You will save stressful scenarios and you will save your energy. Your energy will be best served in other places than you trying to figure out how to do all this on your own. And you will build an impactful, successful wellness business by learning from someone who has been there and done that. And you have access to me whenever you need. It's also a peer mastermind. So not only do you have me, but you have these amazing, amazing, amazing women. I cannot stress this enough how cool this group is. A private community. It's not on Facebook, of like-minded biz besties where you can get advice, insights, feedback, encouragement, and accountability. They have co-working sessions twice a week. They all get together and just work together and bounce ideas off each other. It is a friendship. It is a community. It is like just a really amazing experience to be with someone who's doing what you're doing. I did not have that when I was going through this. I so wish I had that. Absolutely. Also business coaching. So we have live group coaching calls. There's opportunities for Q&A. There's opportunities for you to get in the hot seat and we can really dive into your business and make a plan for you on the spot. There's brainstorming sessions, feedback from the group. We do so much in these business coaching calls, regular business coaching calls right away when you get started. We have them about once every 10 to 12 days. Our first one will be next Wednesday. And then we'll go from there, but once about every 10 to 12 days. And then from there, once we're in off season, there'll still be one a month at minimum for the long haul. So you can always get the coaching that you need. And it's also an online course. So there's a structured and organized hub for all of the content that we have. There's tons of video lessons, tons of deep dive masterclasses, a private journal just for you to start doing this work that you need to do. There's meditations, there's this bonus vault with all this amazing stuff. There's just everything that you need. There's everything that you need. I created the exact program that I needed back in the day. I had to figure it out on my own. It took me, I can't even tell you how much time it took me that I could have spent doing other things and probably made money a lot quicker, not spent those 3 years massively struggling. So I just know that I've been where you are and I know how to get you where you want to go. I have done it myself. It is for the person, the future or current entrepreneur who is tired of trying to figure out the next step or the first step to get the business off the ground. There's always a next step. And that's why I made it lifetime, because once you do this one step, you're like, okay, cool, that worked. That's great. Now I have this thing. Now, how do I do this? Or what do I do next? That's why it is lifetime, because every step of your business, every stage of your business, you're going to need new help, new guidance, new support, new camaraderie from your friends. It's also for those that feel out of sync with what they really want to be doing with their business and how to make it happen. It's for those that want their business questions answered ASAP instead of spending hours scouring the internet. It's for those that are done wasting their precious time trying to DIY their business. Businesses are not a DIY endeavor, my friends, and they want the tried and tested strategies. And it's also for those that don't want to spend any more time watching everyone else's business take off while they stay stuck, not taking action. If that is you, we have a spot for you. This is where you need to be. So I want you to imagine what it would be like if you hop out of bed every morning, excited to get to work, because really, does this work? No, it's not work. This is fun. So fun. You create your own schedule and fill it with dream clients who consistently get incredible results. You make a real impact by confidently sharing your education and experience without fear of judgment or criticism. No more fear. You have the time and financial freedom to live the life you want without stress, struggle, or insecurity. You spend your days doing what you love, which is helping other people, instead of getting bogged down by technology, social media posts, website upgrades, and that never-ending email inbox. It does not have to be that way. You can be doing what you actually want to be doing. And because of all this, you are glowing. You are in alignment with your passion, your purpose, and your mission, and you know what to do next. That is super important. What do I do next? What's my next step? So here's what you'll get. 42 video lessons. That's over 5 hours of business education. So you feel comfortable and confident in the direction your business is headed. This is all the way from that mindset work that we have to do, the energy work that we have to do, learning how to listen to your intuition and be guided by your intuition to make decisions, alignment, and all of that stuff. So we start with that stuff. And then it's also the practical stuff, how to set up your email list, how to decide on a freebie, how to attract clients to your work, how to start a podcast, how to start a YouTube channel, how to start a blog, what to put in your blog, what to put in your podcast. Like we do it all. We do it all, but we have to start from that beginning stuff. And so that's how the flow of it goes. You will get these business strategy masterclasses that go through every step of that flow and grow framework. This is where we build our business machine. We build the framework of our business. So we know exactly what it does, exactly how it works, exactly what kind of people we're attracting, how we're attracting them, and what it takes to get them to take the next step to become paying clients. You also get bi-weekly coaching calls. Like I said, they're about 10 to 12 days. I think 2 weeks is a little too long, to be honest. I start missing you guys. So about 10 to 12 days, and we can do any coaching that you need. We will dive deep on specific topics. The whole group is there, not just the current new members that came in, but everyone, because this is ongoing. So the invitation is out to every member of the group. It's one that keeps growing. And so you get to know other people, other businesses, and just even other businesses getting coached. Listening to that is so valuable because you pick up on nuggets that work for you too. So it's really fun to do that. And you get this journal. I call it famous because every single member of UE, their feedback is like, the journal is everything. You wouldn't think it would be, especially if you're not a journal person, but it is so valuable. It is so important. 30 pages of you stepping into your power and into your role as a successful entrepreneur. And then the complete magnetic messaging workbook. This is also should probably be famous. This will be everything to it's basically like your manual for sales and marketing. It will make everything so much easier. It is just invaluable in my eyes. 29 questions for you to get very clear on your marketing and sales strategy. And then access to this private community, like I said, priceless. This is something that I did not expect when I created this a year ago. And it just now has the best group of people in it ever. And just so supportive, so amazing, the best conversations, the best ideas, and you get to be a part of it. So your new biz besties are on the other side. And those biz besties, they have co-working sessions twice a week. So you can just connect with them. If you have anything you want to hash out with your friends, you can do that. But then they also just stay quiet on Zoom and they just work. So it's like an accountability session too, which is really cool. And then there's tons of quick start guides, like I said, for podcasting, blogging, YouTube, content creation, email list creation, all these things. Guides, worksheets, checklists, all the stuff that you need to stay on task so you know what to do and when. And meditations, because you can do all of this, but if you don't go into it with a clear mind, it's not going to go well. So this will get you really into the right place for you to do all of this work, those meditations, and it's lifetime. I think this is really, really important. This is all for life. Anything I do in the future, any other stuff I create, which I do all the time, every single class, I'm just in there creating new stuff for them to make it their business even smoother. So all the coaching calls that I do in the future, the community, everything is yours for the lifetime of the program. Okay. So here's just a few little snippets from people that have been through in the past. This is Ginger. This program is fantastic. The best money I've spent. It was exactly what I needed. And when I needed it, it taps into the missing link for many of us entrepreneurs in the wellness world, probably the business world in general at large. Maggie, I've grown so much just in a couple of months. We saw her actual growth in numbers. The best investment I could have made. And I would recommend this program to anyone in my shoes. wow, I would have never made it this far, this fast in my business without you, E. I am certain I am on the right track. All right. Questions. Are we good? You guys have no questions? No way. Really? No questions about anything I just covered? What social media platforms are most useful in this industry? Rachel, that actually will depend on your dream client, because even in the wellness industry, there's still so much variation, right? There's so many different ways that you could go with this. So for instance, it would be totally a different story if maybe your dream client is a menopausal woman versus a teen with anxiety, right? Like teens probably on TikTok or something like that, Snapchat, something along those lines. And then menopausal women, they may be more on Facebook or something else. They may be more like listening to podcasts or something like that. So you really have to first know exactly who you're helping and then figure out where they are, because it won't always be the same. It'll be different for everyone and every dream client. But great question though. Great question. What else? Jasmine, how do you decide how much free content to share that makes it worth it for your dream client without giving all your knowledge that you want them to pay for away for free? Great question. So the difference really is that your free content is going to be sharing a lot about why they need to do what they do. And your paid content is going to be how to do it. So you can talk about the what, you can talk about the why, which is important. People know. You can give away some tips, some little snippets about the how, like I did today for you guys. But then the real transformation is in the how that comes from working with you. So it is very hard to give all of it away. It's going to be really hard because no matter what, there's this situation of them working directly with you and them getting the direct guidance that only you have. And you can't do that just in like an Instagram post or, a freebie, like free ebook or something like that. You can't do that all. It's going to be very hard. So just keep in mind that you want to share more about what they need to do, why they need to do it, or why this change would work, or what changes need to be made, and then save the how for when they're working with you. Okay, so I hope that helps. But I also don't think that that's something that should be something that you overthink, because you can start overthinking it and then get scared to create any free content at all. And that's not what we want. So just instead err more on the side of giving too much, because most people aren't even going to see it. They won't open the emails. They won't see the Instagram posts. People have to download the freebie to get that information. So it's not going to be as detrimental as you might think it would be. Let's see. Can we roll over a 3-month plan to the pay in full plan at $997 if we decide to go that route? Yeah, absolutely. So I'm thinking that you mean start by paying the first month and then pay the rest quicker if that's what you want to do. Yes, no matter what, yes, there's tons of options. I'm open. I'm available to you guys within the group. I basically am on my computer most of the time. So always available to you. So if you ever need anything once you start the group, payment wise, or have any questions about anything, your membership or anything like that, there's always a way to do everything. So I'm more than happy to work with you for sure. I want you guys to get the support and the guidance and the help that you need, whatever it takes to make that happen. I'm here for you. I'm here to do that. So yes, that is absolutely an option. What else we got? Anybody else? Is there a particular holistic nutritionist practitioner certification you recommend? I don't. The only one that I can recommend is the one that I've been through myself, which is through the NTA, Nutritional Therapy Association. That's the one that I've been through. I highly, highly recommend it. I loved it. It created a lot of opportunity for me in my business. As you can see, I thought it was great. That's the only one that I've been through myself. So that's the only one that I know. There are other people with other certifications in the group, and they will provide you with any guidance that you need on that. If you want recommendations or if you want to be part of a community of certifications, there's lots of other ones in there for sure. But yes, I loved NTA. Highly recommend. What else? Are we good? It's been great to chat with you guys. Thank you so much for letting me just spew information at you. I hope you can take something away from this and get started right away on creating a different story for yourself and creating the business that you want. It is possible for you. That's what I want you to know. If you can take away one thing from this, it is possible for you. Okay. You just have to take the steps to make it happen. You have to commit to that, and you have to know that it's there for you, and go with it. All right. Yes. Thank you for reigniting my flame. Yes. I know it takes that sometimes. I am the ultimate business cheerleader for sure. I will get you reignited anytime you need, because it's important. We need you out there, and you need to be also living the life that you want. And it all can happen. It's all possible. Okay. Thank you guys so much. All right. We will talk to you soon. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to schedule a fit chat and we can talk one-on-one. Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed hearing the energy that I bring into my live workshops. And hopefully, if you haven't already, someday we can connect live as well. And just a reminder, if you are listening to this episode when it airs, there is still time. We are in the last day for you to enroll to become a member of Unstuck Entrepreneur. Enrollment is currently going on through September 5th, 2021. So if you're listening to this and this recording resonated with you, this workshop resonated with you, and you are ready to make this your moment where your dream business becomes your reality, I am waiting for you on the other side of Unstuck Entrepreneur, my mentorship program for current, future, and wannabe entrepreneurs. Let's do this. Let's do it. ShawnMynar.com/unstuckbiz will get you in the door, will get you immediate access to become a lifetime member. That's ShawnMynar.com/unstuckbiz. All right, my friends, until next time, take care. If you're like most of my clients, you followed your passion for health, got your certifications, did the trainings, and now you're excited to have your very own thriving, impactful wellness business. But how do you actually do that? It's a common position to be in, especially in the wellness space, because no one teaches you this whole business thing along the way. This trend is exactly why I'm here, a passionate nutritionist turned business coach for wellness professionals, because I'm done seeing wellness practitioners continue to play small in their business simply because they don't know the right steps to take. If you're like most wellness pros out there with a dream to start their own impactful, freedom-filled business, you've probably spent hours trying to build your website, figure out what the heck to post on social media, and taking all the courses to try to get confident in what you're doing. Or maybe just the thought of all that sends you into a puddle of stress and overwhelm. Good news, you don't need a perfect website, a killer Instagram strategy, or to be an expert to have an impactful and successful business. What you do need is a plan. The Wellness Business Blueprint is the jumpstart you need to plan, prepare, and execute on your passion for helping others without that sinking feeling of overwhelm. Because this isn't like the other stuffy, boring business plans out there. The Wellness Business Blueprint is centered around you. What feels good to you? What's right for your business, your dreams, and your lifestyle? What keeps you in alignment and your energy flowing? What allows you to stay sane and stress-free and excited in your business? Because building your dream wellness business starts with a plan that works for you. This free 15-page printable workbook will take you through my signature Flow and Grow business framework so you can create your own business vision while gaining clarity, structure, and a solid plan to move forward. Download it today and get started on your business blueprint. Head to ShawnMynar.com/WBB. That stands for Wellness Business Blueprint, and get started building your dream wellness business today. Again, that's ShawnMynar.com/WBB.